What's up, family? This is Michael Baisden. Welcome to the Michael Baisden Channel, streaming live on the web and all Amazon Echo devices. Sponsored by VideoPitch.com. If you're a filmmaker, entrepreneur, comedian, or artist, become a contributor and earn extra cash by uploading your video. Go to VideoPitch.com now and share your story. Show off your talent and promote your business for free and earn extra money doing it. Now get ready for the Michael Baisden experience. One world, one mic, one love, one love.
It's the weekend, baby. It's Friday and time for the fun to begin with the Michael Baisden Show.
I'm happy for you and your big heart and your little butt.
Crank your radio all the way up and let everyone know you're listening to the baddest radio show on the planet. The Michael Baisden Show.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's Friday, baby! Ladies and gentlemen, there's a bet going on right now. This cannot happen on radio. Ladies, please put your... We can't do that, even on radio. Even though they can't see it, we can't do it. There's bets going on right now. We got a big battle of the sexes coming up. Michael Collier, comedian Michael Collier is here. And who else have you brewed up, Dominique, to go against Michael Collier?
Daphne Maxwell Reid. She's Aunt Viv from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. She's also a designer, and she is an artist. And I'm so excited to have her on.
Ladies and gentlemen, well, I can't say my money. We can't bet on national radio.
I'm putting mine on the table. Don't worry.
Michael Collier. Michael Collier, if you're listening, man, do not mess this up, man. I've been bragging about you all week. Michael Collier is going to be up at Battle of the Sexes. Aunt Viv is going to be in. And Dominique, you're going, of course, with the ladies.
Of course, I'm going with the ladies, but it's Battle of the Sitcom Stars, so this should be exciting. Martin versus the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
It's really not going to be that exciting.
Really?
Not for you all.
It's not.
It's your show. Shouldn't you be saying it's exciting?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's all about moving today on the Michael Baisden Show. Call in right now if you're into moving. Tell you what I love about this show. We're talking about moving all day. Shout out to all the courageous people who are listening to the Michael Baisden Show, who have the courage to get up and move if they got to move for work, if they got to move for a relationship, they got to move for a change. Some people just need a change of environment, man. I know I did. I love my hometown in Chicago, but sometimes you feel like you just need the change in order for your life to change. You all need to call in right now, be a part of the conversation. Do you have a passport? Are your children traveling? We got to talk about all this today on the Michael Baisden Show. So blow up the phone lines. Check this out. Also, listen to me. If you can't get into the phone lines, ladies and gentlemen, we're trying to change the way we do radio. Go to Video Pitch right now. That's Video Pitch, VideoPitch.com. There's an option if you want to be a guest on the show, and there's also an option if you want to be a speaker. If you want to talk about what's going on in these topics and you can't get into the phone line, go to VideoPitch.com and click the banner saying, I want to be a guest on the show and be a part of the conversation, man. We need you all as contributors. Dominique, you moved 100 times.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I didn't move so much as an adult, but my mom is a poet, and that's one of those jobs where you move a lot. And, but my mom taught me something, that I really, really hold on to, which is always have your passport ready. And I think it's truer than ever in the Trump era. You got to have your passport so you can stick and move.
Absolutely. And of course, I moved around 11 different cities, maybe more than that, being a military brat as well as a military spouse. But I love that I gave my children a passport because I'm exposing them to different places so that they don't become complacent and they're not afraid to move.
I think they're afraid, George. I think people are afraid of change. And they are afraid of change.
First of all, they're not just afraid of change. They're afraid of the unknown. When you're starting over, you don't know the results. Even when you're in a bad marriage, you know the marriage is bad, but you know the check is coming, you know whatever else is there. When you're starting over, you don't know what is going to happen because you're starting over. There's no blueprint, and that's fearful.
A lot of people like to be comfortable, so they don't want to step outside their comfort, so they will stay in the same location. They won't consider getting a job elsewhere. Sometimes you got to move out of your city to try something new.
I knew that I would never be successful as much as I love my hometown in Chicago. Now, I was about to quote a Bible verse.
Go ahead, do it.
It's like something in his own land is never something to the other.
Oh, is that the way you quote it? What is this?
That's the biblical quote. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I have no idea.
George?
Zero. I have zero idea.
Oh my God, I'm gonna try to get that one fixed, ladies and gentlemen. You all stand by.
What the hell?
Fill in the blank quotes?
That was horrible. Come back with more of your calls on the Michael Baisden Show. Oh my God, I'm not gonna try that again. Come back with your calls, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to get my scriptures together. If you're just tuning in to the show, I'm trying to I'm trying to represent, all right?
Represent what?
Okay, let me just say this. Welcome
Let
back.
him get it out.
Welcome back, everybody. We're talking about moving today on the Michael Basin Show.
Yeah.
I said it's important to move sometimes because you can't be successful in your own city. I tried to quote a scripture.
You can't even say scripture.
I know.
Scripture. This is the scripture.
I tried to quote a scripture. Dominique, can you please tell them what I was trying to say, please?
Apparently, it's Luke 4:24. No prophet is accepted in his own country.
There you go.
And what did you say it was? How did you quote the scripture, Mike?
I'm not going to get into that right now. I'm going to the phone lines. James has been holding on. I got to talk to my family. James, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well. How you doing today, man?
Talk to me about moving, partner.
Man, look, I first moved when I was 5 years old. My parents uprooted us from our island and took us to the Bronx. And ever since I was 5 years old, I hadn't stopped moving. But the biggest move for me took place in 2009 when I left D.C. and I moved to Mexico, where I stayed for about 5 years. Great experience.
Wow.
Wow.
What is the importance, in your opinion, James, of moving?
I think the importance, well, it's not about, I don't think it's so much about moving. It's more, I think, about where your comfort zone is, And so for me, it was just expanding that comfort zone. I found out while I was in Mexico, my identity as a black male, this whole idea of blackness, was just something, it just expanded so much. I got to see myself from a different perspective. You know what I'm saying?
About that.
In the U.S., we live in a great country. We live in a beautiful country here, stateside. But, when I'm abroad, I was not under the gaze like I am here in the U.S. So it was that experience. It was that expanding my mind. You know
And
what I'm
that's
saying?
what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. And Dominique talks about that all the time. She's got a trip to Africa coming up. And we want to make sure that people understand, man, getting out. And travel is important, Tanisha.
Well, you find out who you are as you're traveling. You find out more about life, other people and cultures, but you actually find out more about yourself.
Hey, James, thank you so much for calling, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Have
it.
going.
I got another one for you guys. I won't be quoting any more scripture.
Please
all right?
don't.
Oh,
Please
right.
don't.
please, just one more. Let me have just one more.
Stand by, call in right now. I want to get your opinion about moving, the importance of travel, the importance of your kids traveling. How many cities have you moved in? How did it change your life? Have you moved for a partner? It's all about moving today on the Michael Baisden Show. So I'm thinking about moving down to Tyler, Texas. Welcome back to the Michael Baisden Show. Yes, I'm moving to Texas. Then I'm moving to Oklahoma City. Then I'm going to move to the smallest town I can find in South Carolina. It's time to get away from these big cities. It's time to get into towns where people know people, where neighbors know their names like Cheers. It's time to get out of the big city.
Do you want to talk to us first? Because I don't know if we want to move.
Oh, y'all don't have a choice. You got to go where the money is.
Wait,
You got to go to money is. Dominique,
I
know
always say that. Everybody's got to eat. Follow
All
the
right,
money.
Dominique, I know
Yes.
I know you go back to LA occasionally. George, we know you bounce from
I
DC
go
to
everywhere.
Chicago.
I go
Miles,
everywhere.
we know you take your days off, you go back to Vegas. Tanisha, you do whatever you do. We don't
You know,
know
I
what
have
you
my
do.
kids though. Like I'm gonna.
I
uproot
need you to
them out of
understand we're
school.
going to Tyler, Texas. We're moving to Tyler, Texas.
I can't wait to not go.
No, we're going to Tyler.
Okay.
You better apologize to Tyler, Texas right now.
Tyler,
Hey,
Texas?
it's fine with me.
There you
I'm
go.
ready to go.
We're ready to go.
Yeah.
Elliot, what's going on? How you doing? Talk to me, man.
All right, let me tell you. First, I got divorced, lost my family, lost my house. And then 6 months after that, I had a massive heart attack, almost died. And then a couple months after that, I lost my job.
Wow.
So it was not a fun time, but I made it through. But also in the process of all that, I made a trip to Africa. I've been there twice already, to Ghana.
Oh
And
wow.
I'm in the process of moving there. I'm trying to get myself together, get my business right, so I can go ahead and move over to Ghana and stay and be happy.
So
for
he's
once in
trying to
life.
move to Ghana and start
That's-
there.
Wow,
Yeah.
starting over.
So have you've been to Ghana? Obviously, you visited.
Yeah, I've been there 3 times already.
What do you like about it?
I was at peace over there. I didn't have to worry about police brutality, being profiled. And one of the first people I met when I was over there, when she found out I was an American, it was an older African woman. She hugged me and said, "Welcome home."
I heard.
And that changed everything for me.
People are so kind and sweet in Ghana,
Oh,
and
my
everyone's
God.
got hustle. They're all entrepreneurial. And it's true. When you look around and everybody's black, you go, that's a black-owned business, and that's a black-owned business, and that's
sure
a black-owned business.
That
It's a
must be
different
extraordinary.
feeling. Yeah. Yeah.
But the pride that he's talking about is something that you can't feel, and you can't sense what he's talking about until you go over there. I've been 3 times myself, and I'm going to Ghana in October. But it is a feeling that's unlike any other feeling for Black Americans or Black people once you go over there.
Elliot, thank you so much for calling, man. I appreciate it. It's all about travel. It's all about moving on the Michael Baisden Show, man. I've got to get to Africa this
Yes,
year.
have
you
to,
do.
dude.
I have to.
Yes.
It's the Michael Baisden Show, home of the best listeners in the world. Thank you all for calling in. We got callers who who are on hold who are clearing their throat like they called in to sing. You're not singing, ladies and gentlemen. You just called in to talk. David, what's going on? How you doing? Talk to me about moving.
I am so proud of this crew for being so just. I hear the military folk in there. I hear the girls, they've been around, but you don't grow unless you move around.
Right.
Get away from your home and get out into the big world so that you can experience new people. New people will bring new light to your life.
And how much moving have you done?
Military, Fort Jackson, South Carolina, Fort Lewis, Washington State, Fort Richardson, Alaska, Raleigh, Kansas, Germany. I met men and women who saw things the same way that I did, and we encouraged each other in that way.
How about
when
that?
you get out into a bigger world, bigger issues, greater need for people who see things your way to encourage you like that.
And I wonder, ladies and gentlemen, and to you too, David, how many racists travel? And the reason why I say that is that one of the reasons why racism still exists because people don't get outside of their own little box, Tanisha.
Well, they're only exposed to what they see. So if they're exposed to certain stereotypes, then that's what they believe of all people. So you have to step outside of where you're from.
That's what it's all about. Amen. David, thank you for calling and thank you for your service, by the way, my brother. I appreciate it.
God bless all of you.
Thank you, man.
Thank
That's
you.
a smooth brother
God
right there.
bless you
Come back
too.
and move
Yes,
your calls.
indeed.
It's all about moving today on the Michael Baisden Show. The countdown is on my way to Hotlanta, man. Oh, my God. We're getting ready to throw down at St. James Live. I'll see you guys there next Wednesday for Michael Baisden Live. The Woman Up Tour is in effect. Only way to win is to listen to 87.7. And, of course, I'll see you in Orlando. All the details. Go right now to 95.7 website, and I'll be giving you all the information you need to be in the house, man. I miss my family down there in Orlando.
Hey, can you do me a favor? Because you didn't do it in the last city. When you get to the seminar, can you tell them to hit me up at the stress reliever? Can you tell them to do that?
Yeah, I can do that. And Dominique, would you like me to tell them where to hit you up?
Yes, please. You can find me at Diprima Radio, DIPRIMA Radio on Instagram and Twitter.
Oh, what the
Tanisha
hell?
Carmichael. Tanisha Carmichael. Look
Tanisha
me up on
Carmichael.
Facebook and Instagram.
Oh, what the hell, Miles?
At Miles Low Music on everything, even Tinder, ladies.
All right, let's ask the
What?
janitor. Is the janitor want to come in and give a shout out?
Yeah, his is at Miles Low Music too. His at Miles
Jeez. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Collier is going to be here for Battle of the Sexes. Comedian Michael Collier and Aunt Viv from Fresh Prince, Daphne Maxwell Reed. We already got, we can't call them bets on live radio because we would be penalized.
No,
There's just
having fun.
yeah, we're having fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Put your money back.
Time.
It's the Michael Baisden Show on your radio.
Give me the money back.
You're listening to the Michael Baisden Show, family, sponsored by VideoPitch.com. If you have a story, a talent, or a business to promote, and I'll share it with my 5 million monthly users. And here's the best part. You get paid to do it. Log on to VideoPitch.com now and become a contributor. That's VideoPitch.com. Now back to the Michael Baisden Show.
It's that time of year, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of folks are getting ready to move, and guess what city they move to a lot? Folks are flocking down from the north. They're on their way to Atlanta, man. They're on their way to Florida. They're on their way to
20 years
Orlando.
later, huh?
George, I'm telling you, in Las Vegas, do you know how many people from Chicago and Cleveland are in Las Vegas?
Yes.
Warm weather.
It's crazy, man. I mean, the North is just, people are just completely abandoning the North. I'll see you guys in Atlanta. As a matter of fact, next Wednesday, I will be in the house at St. James Live. Coming up next, the next hour, Battle of the Sexes, comedian Michael Collier is going to be in the house, and Aunt Viv is going to be in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, Daphne Maxwell Reed. We cannot bet on radio, but I'm betting that Michael Collier is going to spank that tail. The Battle of the Sexes up next hour. More of your calls on Moving on the Michael Baisden Show. All right, y'all get out my Kool-Aid. I'm trying to admit as much as I can to keep this show rolling. We're talking about whether or not you would date or move to date. And many of you all have moved for the person that you love. It happens all the time. Hit me up on the Michael Baisden Show. Sometime the ideal person for you does not live in your state. I was talking to Carol off the air. Carol was like, no, it's not happening. So it's not going down, Carol.
No, when I was younger, I did consider moving from Maryland to Texas for love, but there were too many red flags, and I just said, you know what, that's not something I'm going to get
Carol,
into.
do me a favor. Take me off the speakerphone because I can hear everything going on around you.
Okay, is that better?
Yeah.
Yes. You sound so much sexier now, Carol.
Oh, well, thank you.
Have you noticed that my voice sounds sexier as well?
And you
Yes,
do
it
not
does.
sound
Very
sexier, Michael, when you do
Let me-
that.
I'm talking to Carol.
No, just please, not like that.
Carol,
though.
do I sound sexy?
I Yes, you
Thank
do.
you.
And you look
Carol.
sexy, too.
Thank you very much. Let me handle this. Would you move for me, Carol, if I moved to Cali and you? Where do you live, by the way, Carol?
I live in Baltimore, Maryland
All
now.
right, so if you and I met and we fell in love, would you move to California to be with me?
No, you can move to Baltimore.
Thank you.
She said you can move to Baltimore.
I heard her.
Shoot,
Hey.
you talking like that, I would move away from
Don't
you.
challenge me because I love Baltimore.
And Baltimore's got some
Man,
great
don't
areas.
sleep. George, tell them how much we love Baltimore, dude.
I mean, Baltimore's a huge, wonderful market for us, and the people are great. So don't be surprised if Mike take you up on that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Be careful.
All
Be
right.
careful.
Would you be fine with him
Now, he
talking
got-
to you like every day in that voice?
Sure she would. Yeah.
Of course.
Of course you would.
yes.
You know what? You don't
Yeah,
understand.
in fact, take him. Please take him.
Okay. Thank you for calling, Carol. I appreciate you. Take care. Come back with more of your calls on the Michael Bailey Show. I promise I won't talk like that again, okay?
Please.
Let me just thank all the women around the country who said they would move across the world to be with me. Thank you, ladies. And I would move as well to be with you.
Yeah.
In fact, we're going to
Phone
change.
lines are clear
George.
right now.
George. Okay, Dominique said things are changing with you. George is starting to impact you. You know, come on now. I got my girl Elle on the line. Elle, would you move for love?
I almost did, but I will not at all.
Why
I
not?
almost moved to New Jersey, New York area for somebody who, of course, ended up cheating on me.
Oh.
So, yeah, I will never move for love. I'm going to move for me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thanks for calling. No, I'm just.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to move for Michael then.
Why? Wait a minute. Why wouldn't she move for me? She had one bad experience. First of all, Elle, you should not base every decision you make on one bad decision. You may find someone who is great for you who does not live. Where do you live, by the way?
In Atlanta.
Okay, there's a lot of great guys in Atlanta. But let's just say the guy for you is not in Atlanta. Okay, I'm not going to deal with that right now. Different show topic. But let's just say that the guy for you is not in Atlanta and he's in California. He's in L.A. You're not going to move if he's the perfect guy?
He would have to prove a lot for me to move that far to be the perfect guy.
Yeah, well, of course.
I'm not just jumping for a few phone conversations and whatnot. No.
Yeah. Okay. I want to deal with something else you
Just
said.
because a guy wrote a couple books, that don't mean
Okay,
nothing.
George, I'm going to need you to.
Wrote a couple books, got a little radio show, that don't mean a damn
Why I gotta
thing
have a
to
little
you, dog.
radio show? Why my show little, man? Okay, so here's the thing, Elle. You got to be willing to take some risks in order to have success in life, right? And you made a comment about Atlanta that I want to deal with because Tanisha talked about the best cities to live in, and Atlanta was one of the best cities.
Yes, it was number one on the list. Uh-huh.
I don't know why. It's pretty rough out here.
What
Really?
makes it rough?
Yeah.
If they're not gay.
Okay, everybody hold on. Everybody stop. Elle,
If they're not gay.
Elle, I need you to hold on. We're going to have a conversation about Atlanta when we come back. You hear me? We're going to talk about it. Don't go nowhere. Elle is coming back. We're going to get this Atlanta stuff straightened out. I'm tired of people attacking Atlanta, talking about gay
I'm
men,
with you
this.
on
And
that.
look, we're going to have a conversation about one of my favorite towns. We'll come back next with Elle.
Great city.
Elle, you better not hang up the phone. You hear me?
I'm not hanging
All
up.
right, we're coming back with Elle.
You promised you
Okay,
wouldn't
I
do that
promise.
voice no more.
I'm sorry.
Believe that promise?
Back with more on the Michael Basin Show. Shout out to all the family in Atlanta. We got to get this mess straightened out to my Mix 87.7 family. One Nation, One Station is Grown Folks Radio. The ATL's in the building, baby!
ATL.
Marietta, Alpharetta, College Park, Stone Mountain, and of course, the place I love hanging out most.
Magic
Buck.
City. Oh.
Okay.
Okay,
It's- I
Magic
didn't say
City.
Magic City, man.
I saw it coming. I'm sorry.
That's not where I was going, young man.
But that is one
Blue
of the
flame.
places, though, right?
Can I talk to Elle, Tanisha?
Yes.
You're not going to be negative, right?
No, not at all.
All right, you start with the news about the best single city, and you said Atlanta was in that best top
Yeah, it
five.
was the number one.
Number one.
Okay, find out from Elle what's going on.
Elle, okay, you said that it's not the best for singles. Why is that?
No, I feel like, there are an abundance of gay men, and while I love my gays, I need somebody that's straight. And then on top of that, the ones that are straight, they play around. They're not really serious. They say, okay, yeah, I want this, I want that, but then, of course, they don't.
We're talking about Atlanta men right now. I want the whole country to understand that we having because
Wow.
everybody visits Atlanta, everybody knows somebody in Atlanta, and most people, that's one of the places they move to, have considered moving to, is the ATL.
No
It was the
doubt.
first city I moved to. So let me just say this to you, Elle. There's a lot of
Yes,
good
sir.
men in Atlanta. There's a lot of good people in Atlanta.
It is.
Is there a chance it could be you?
I ask that question all the time. I'm not one of them females that's like, okay, well, it's you. I'm
Right.
36. I try to look at and see if what about me is
Right.
getting this. But no, I've had male friends talk to me like, no, you were absolutely right in this situation. Like,
Okay.
just recently.
Hold on,
dated
George,
a-
the fact that
George,
you-
George wants to say something here. Go ahead, George.
Do you think the fact that you sound like Miss Chalet, do you think that has been playing a part in what you've been experiencing?
My voice is
Can
not
I hear you
that
say,
high.
can I nicety? Can I hear you say nicety? Can you do it?
Wow.
Okay, put on hold. George, not tell you not to do that. I knew you were going to say
I'm
that.
trying
her.
to get to the bottom. I'm
You're
trying
not
to help
getting to
this
the
lady.
bottom of you. You just that's wrong, man.
Oh,
Put Michelle A back
She
on so
does
George
sound
can
like it.
Call her
apologize.
Michelle A. That's not her name.
George, apologize to L.
Hey, Miss L,
Yes, sir.
I'm sure that's not the problem. I'm sure that you got a sweet, cute little voice to somebody, and I'm sure
Thank
that's
you.
not
You know
the
what?
problem.
To somebody?
I said to somebody.
Okay.
Okay.
You
To
know,
somebody. Okay.
We love you, Al.
Maybe it's just the fact that those men have a lot of options and they're just playing.
Thank you so much for calling in, L. We appreciate you.
Later.
Stop lying.
Stop, y'all. That's not nice. So
You need to stop lying.
Got a little warning for you guys as we have this conversation about moving. I need you all to listen very carefully to what I'm about to say as we encourage you all to move across town. If you live in the city, move to the other side of town. If that's the best move you can make where the culture's a little different, move to another city, move outside the state, and if you can, move outside the country. But Dominique, stepping out on faith but one thing, but you got to have a plan, Dominique.
You always have to have a plan. I mean, especially if you're going to go to another country, but even another city, finding a friend, finding a network, if you're part of an organization, doing some research about where you're going can make all the difference in the world. I don't know, get a big coat if you're going to go from Cali to DC.
True that. Avis, talk to me. What's going on?
Hi, I've been married 28 years, and in that time, I am like on my 7th state.
Wow.
We started out in Alabama. We've lived in Atlanta, Georgia. We've lived in San Diego, California. We have lived in Las Vegas, Nevada. We have lived in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We have lived in Gaithersburg, Maryland, and now we are in Altamont Springs, Florida.
So
Why don't you just turn your husband in, ma'am? If you all on the run, why don't you just...
So let me ask you this, Avis. Why did you all move to all these different places? What facilitated all that?
My husband, the field he works in finance and banking. And every time you see those massive layoffs, he was always involved in
Gotcha.
one. So he would have to get a job somewhere. The hardest moves were like going from Atlanta to San Diego, California.
That's right.
That's a massive
Big
move.
cultural
And then
difference.
to have to do,
Yes, sure is.
And space,
then to
yeah.
have to pick up and do that move from San Diego, we went over to Las Vegas, which wasn't too bad. But from there, all the way up to Philadelphia,
Yeah.
Pennsylvania, was another really big
You know what?
stretch.
You know what's frustrating too? The furniture never fits when you move to the new place. That's the part that drives
Yes.
me crazy.
Oh my gosh, we moved to Germany, and I tell you what, we could barely fit anything in that housing that was there. It's so
Bean
different.
bags. Just buy all bean bag furniture. Goes with everything.
Avis, any final words for the family about how important it is to move around or the benefits of moving around? Wrap it up for me.
I think it really helped my daughter a lot. Even one of her teachers commented that you guys must travel a lot because she is very well spoken. She can carry a conversation really well with anyone.
Anybody. And that's the whole thing, man. Dominique talked about that. We'll come back with more of your calls. It's all about moving. The furniture never fits.
Never.
Never. Coming up the next hour, ladies and gentlemen, the battle of the sexes. It is war. Men versus women. Comedian Michael Collier is going to be in the house against Uns Viv from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Daphne Maxwell Reed. Dominique, you already know what's about to go down.
Yeah, DaphneMaxwellReed.com. She's about to win for the ladies.
I don't.
Yes.
Dominique, I know you
battle of-
invited her onto the show.
Yes.
But ladies and gentlemen, she is going to lose in front of the whole country.
Whatever.
Have you seen Michael Collier do Battle of the Sexes? He is a savant
But I
of Battle of the
still,
Sexes.
I still
Yeah,
think
he's a
she
different
might
kind
do
of
it.
savant, too.
I believe in the women.
Michael Collier is a comedian, and he's on tour and all that. But go, ladies.
Wow, you sounded real enthusiastic about that.
No, we're good. I didn't want to, hurt your feelings. but we're
Comedian
gonna
Michael
win.
Collier's up next with Viv from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Daphne Maxwell Reid is about to go down as war on the Michael Baisden Show. The battle's up next. You're listening to the Michael Baisden Show, family, sponsored by VideoPitch.com. If you have a story, a talent, or a business to promote, and I'll share it with my 5 million monthly users. And here's the best part. You get paid to do it. Log on to VideoPitch.com now and become a contributor. That's VideoPitch.com. Now back to the Michael Baisden Show. It's time to stand up for our teachers on Soul Thursday. I would have went longer, man, but I want to tell you who's coming up on the show. If you missed him earlier today, Representative Jason Lowe, representing the 97th District in Oklahoma. Mad love to Representative Young as well. The House District 99, they're going to be coming up to tell you all what's going on in Oklahoma. And Dominique, the teachers are coming out. They want to see more parents and teachers of color come out, but they are representing in Oklahoma.
They are representing. The crowds are growing. Teachers walking, driving, running to get there. And they are down in the state capitol by the thousands. They actually have a GoFundMe page right now raising money to help cover their lunches and the buses as this walkout has closed schools for thousands of students statewide.
Let me tell you who's upset today. Dominic DePrima came to the show really mad today because a good friend of hers and ours, Maxine Waters, was threatened. And I mean serious threat, Dominique.
Yeah, serious threat. I'm glad that the guy is pleading guilty. I'm glad that he'll probably face a decade or more in jail. Anthony Scott Lloyd got on the phone, threatened Congresswoman Waters, threatened to kill her, called her the N-word, and used an anti-gay slur. All of this after he heard her criticizing President Trump.
To all my Republican family, and I'm going to call you family because I don't want to believe all you all have lost it. I'm serious. This has gone too far. And the only reason these people are doing what they're doing is because they're taking the lead of our president who's demonstrated racist tendencies. You all stand by. I got some very important news coming up next, man. And of course, Oklahoma City's representing for the teachers. Stand by, y'all. When are we going to make Dominique the woman of the week? She is so funny.
Y'all need to get off my Dominique.
That's my girl.
Hey.
Very smart, but she can't keep track of time to save her life. Welcome back to the show. It's the Battle of the Sexes, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to celebrate the beautiful women we love. We call it the Woman of the Week.
And you're absolutely right. Our Woman of the Week this week is Daphne Maxwell Reid. You know her as an actress. You know her from Hill Street Blues. You know her from Frank's Place, where she was starring with her husband, Tim Reid, the actor. You know her from WKRP in Cincinnati. But what you might not know is she has reinvented herself even while continuing as an actress. Of course, she was one of the very first black women to appear on the cover of Glamour, but she went on to become a designer. She wowed them at Fashion Week in 2017. She has her original designs at DaphneMaxwellReid.com. She's also an art photographer, and she's got a fresh prints. That's what she calls her photographic work, and she does shows all over the country. So Daphne Maxwell Reid, an artist and an entrepreneur, is our Woman of the Week.
Very nice.
We got to celebrate her now because we won't be celebrating her later.
No, I mean, that's just, she's just been an incredible
phenomenal.
woman, and obviously, yeah. So.
Fresh print. I like that.
Yes, there you go.
Give me that website address again, and we'll post it on Michael Baisden Live and Michael Baisden Show and all of our social media on Instagram.
DaphneMaxwellReid.com. You can find her prints, and you can find her fashion work as well.
All right, George, Michael Collier's on hold. What do you want to say to him before we get into the battle?
Hey, man, good luck, man. Just do your best, man. You know, that's all I can say.
Thanks, George. Such a great pep talk. You should have been a college coach, for sure. All right, let's
He's
go.
a grown-ass man. Come on, do your job.
Battle of the Sexes up next on the Michael Baisden Show. Comedian Michael Collier battles on Viv on your radio. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment on radio that you all been waiting for. We told you he was coming on. We told you she was coming on. Michael Collier's in the building with Daphne Maxwell Reid. What's up, y'all?
Yes, it's on now.
You know, Michael Collier, I need you to be a gentleman today and say something nice to Daphne Maxwell Reid before you crush her.
She is a wonderful person. I'm glad to have you on board. So before we smash you to smithereens, I want to tell you I love you.
There you go, Mike. What a gentleman. Any words from you, Miss Maxwell Reid? What do you want to say, Aunt Vivian?
I think that Michael is such a wonderful, loving person and a great author. He's got a great book out. Yeah. I think it's his night to lose.
Oh! All right, here we go. Point for the song, point for the artist. We also have old school sitcoms in. Ooh. So if you got to name the name of the show in addition to the old school music, here we go.
All right.
Oh,
what? Mike.
Wait.
As Prince, Adore.
What? I don't think you went back far enough. That's not quite old school.
I'll give it a chance.
Man, you went way back on that.
Here we go.
Okay.
Let's go again. Next song. Here we go.
That was Prince. Yeah, that was Prince.
I know you want to leave me.
That is
I know you know that.
Come on, Mike, you got to say it first.
Ain't too proud to beg.
Okay,
Ain't too proud to beg Temptation.
Mike is sitting there asking her to say the song. Mike.
Yeah, we need
We
you.
love that.
Go ahead, George. Tell him.
Yeah, we don't need her to have no head start now. We need you to go on and take care of this business.
All right, here we go.
All right, baby.
Show theme song.
Did not win that one?
No, 1-1. Here we go, Mike. Here we go. Here we go.
Okay, all right.
Now the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. What might be
What sitcom is that?
Yep, different strokes.
Yeah.
Yes,
All
Daphne
right.
Maxwell Reed. Daphne
No,
Maxwell
she did not
Reed.
say that.
I
She
didn't
did not
watch
say
that.
.com.
Next, next one, ladies and gentlemen. Next song. Here we go. Yeah.
Oh, I got that.
Money.
Nope.
For the love of money.
Yep. By who?
For the love of money.
OJ.
OJ's 1-1.
1-1.
Okay, guys, whoever says it first wins. We're coming back with
I got both of those last
Mike,
two.
I'm sorry. Please, Mike. No, you did not. Coming back with more of your calls on the Michael Bader Show. Stand by. Round 2 with Michael Collier and Daphne Maxwell Reed. The battle continues on the Michael Bader Show. I've never seen two people so polite in the battle of the sexes in all my life, Tanisha. Michael Collier's in the house. Comedian Michael Collier, Daphne Maxwell Reed, a.k.a. Aunt Vivian from the Fresh Prince. And ladies, let me just tell you something. We got to win, Mike. This is not a polite contest. We have to destroy them, okay?
Always be polite.
That's right.
No, not in the battle of the sexes on the
I
Michael
gotta
Bader
bring
Show.
Always be polite.
Some folks will have to get in this now.
Point for the song, point for the artist, taking you back to the old school. Here we go.
Come on. Oh! I don't believe I don't know that.
I don't believe you don't know it either.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God, it's right.
I know it, but I can't think
No.
I'll give you a hint. Between
the sheets.
That's right, she got it.
Isley Brothers.
That's right, 1-1.
How did she get it? I don't understand that. I said it first.
Next song.
I don't understand. Okay.
We got a sitcom. Here we go. Sitcom. Here we go. That's pretty easy.
Yeah.
It said it right there at the beginning.
Yeah.
Let's see who gets it, though. Seriously, guys.
My girlfriend.
Oh, thank you, Mike. My God.
Yes. She had to sing that twice. You don't know that?
He said my girlfriends, though. So
Old school song. Here we go.
I did not. I said girlfriend.
Okay, they're arguing,
She
ladies
said
and
my
gentlemen.
girlfriend.
Mike, it's okay.
That's
making
Michael
stuff up.
Collier.
Okay, Dominique, please don't get in there with them.
Chill.
Okay,
It's
next
your
song.
night to lose,
Old school.
baby.
Here we go.
But after the light.
No. Close what?
Close the door.
Yes. By who?
Close the door.
The brother from
Come on,
Philadelphia.
baby.
Oh, shoot.
He said, "Oh, baby."
Teddy Pendergrass.
Teddy Pendergrass. Yes. Good one, Mike. All right.
That was 1-1.
No, Dominique, please don't have this.
No.
The score is 7-3. The men are winning, and now it's time for an old school sitcom. Here we go.
Okay.
Yes.
I got it.
Yes, you did.
You got it late.
No, I had it.
They were polite.
Don't yell at Aunt Vivian.
Y'all must have a time freeze or something. I said that.
Stand by, ladies and gentlemen.
No way.
We're coming back with round 3. Man, we used to be there with nice and warm and fuzzy at first. Now they're battling. That's what I'm talking about. It's a real battle of the sexes on the Michael Baisden Show. It is the battle of the sexes. They were getting along so well when this contest first started. Comedian
that's
Michael
over.
Collier, Daphne Maxwell Reed, a.k.a. I'm Vivian's in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, we're playing old school music and old school sitcoms. Point for the song, point for the artist. The score right
Then
now
that
is Michael
cheating
Collier,
started.
7-4. Michael's getting testy. All right, here we go.
It was nice till the cheating started.
Mike, we're not cheating. Okay, are you ready, Mike?
Down, boy.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Point for the song, point for the artist. Here we go.
Now this is a story all about it. Okay, Prince. Will Smith.
Nope, she got it.
Prince.
She got it. She got it.
Ooh,
What'd
good
she say?
thing, huh?
Yep, sorry about that, Mike. She got it.
She said my show.
What did she say?
Next song. Here we go. She said, my show. Here we go.
Okay.
She got that one, too. Yeah. No, it's the Jefferson. She's right.
Man.
The
Hey,
score.
Mike, are you on a time lapse or something? What is?
I must be, or y'all must have paid her off or something, because that don't make no sense.
Hey,
I
just
keep
sit down,
paying her.
Michael.
Ladies and gentlemen,
chill.
the score
Just chill,
now
man.
is Michael Collier 7 and Daphne Maxwell Reed 6. This song is going to determine the winner of the show. Here we go.
Okay. Papa was a Rolling Stone.
No.
Isley Brothers.
Nope.
No.
The Isley Brothers.
No.
I'm stumped.
Oh, my God.
Come
I
on.
don't
Are you
know.
serious?
Y'all gotta play
Golden
another song.
Golden Time of Day by Frankie Beverly and Mays.
Yeah, that's the cheat song.
Oh, yeah,
I'm gonna
I
throw
missed
this-
that one. Go to the next one.
All right, here we go.
We will sleep. Go to
This
the
is
next
it. This is the last
Yeah,
one,
yeah,
guys.
one more.
Here we
This
go.
is it.
All right.
Here we go.
Sheila E.
Nope.
Jackie Jackson.
Nope.
Oh.
It's all love.
Are you serious? The OJ
Oh, my
son.
gosh.
What's the OJ son? What's his name?
Oh.
Come on. What's the name?
OJ?
What's the name?
Levert.
Levert, yes,
Yeah,
win!
Yes, way to go, my man. Way to
Thank
go.
God this is over. Jesus Christ.
Jesus
Was
Christ.
that one mine, or did she get that?
No,
too?
it's over, Mike.
You
Please.
won, thank God.
God. Daphne
I
Maxwell
know.
Reed. Michael Collier, thank you all for tuning into the Michael Bathing Show.
Ooh, I got a
Midwin! Midwin! The countdown is on. The women are waiting for The Voice to come to Atlanta. I'll see you guys at Mix 87.7, April 18th. That's next Wednesday at St. James Live. Michael Bates is going to be there with the Woman Up Tour. I'll have books for sale. Me and Cry in the Dark, The Maintenance Man Part 2, God's Gift to Women. And, of course, the 2 new books, Raise Your Hand If You Have Issues, and Woman Up. Memphis, Tennessee, I'll see you at Bookstock Festival. It's going down April 28th. And just added May 17th. Orlando, Old Town, Star 94.5. Give you all the details starting on Monday. I will see you in Old Town, my old town where I live, man. Had a great time living in Dr. Phillips. George Wilborn.
Yeah.
They are seriously waiting for The Voice in
They
Atlanta.
want their voice, don't they, Mike?
George, what should I know about women in Atlanta before I get there? You've been there many times.
Know that they are very, very particular
Be nice.
about they men.
Got you. Okay.
So don't come half-stepping.
Okay.
And they love deep voices.
Yeah. Yeah. Ladies.
They gonna be all over you.
You think so, man?
No, but
Atlanta, I'm looking forward to seeing you. It's been a long time coming, man. I miss you guys, man. The #1 city for social media, #1 big for book sales. We're getting ready to shut Atlanta down. This is how we roll. It's Friday, baby!
Yes.
You're listening to the Michael Baisden Show, family, sponsored by VideoPitch.com. If you have a story, a talent, or a business to promote, and I'll share with my 5 million monthly users. And here's the best part. You get paid to do it. Log on to VideoPitch.com now and become a contributor. That's VideoPitch.com. Now back to the Michael Baisden Show.
Hey guys, I got a great idea for next Friday for Battle of the Sexes. Welcome back, everybody. It's Friday, baby! We got to get some old school hip hop, and we have to bring back Battle of the DJs Radio Awards. Now, I know there's great DJs all across the country. In fact, a lot of the board ops who are listening to the show, you all are board opping in your city. If you know DJs, tell them next week I'm going to start announcing details for Battle of the DJs Radio Awards. And the winner of the contest is going to be at a big Michael Baisden event this year. All expenses paid. We're going to have a great time with this. So all you DJs, get your mixes ready. I'm going to tell you where to send your mixes in. And you all may not know this,
What?
but I'm a DJ as well.
I didn't know that at all.
Yes. What, Miles?
Maybe they should video pitch submit.
I was going to ask, can they put it on video pitch, the DJs?
Well, no, because there's music copyrights.
Well, you know what? I
Yeah.
want Mike to go ahead and his DJing. Why don't you put that on video pitch?
I can do that.
Well, he can do that right now. Go ahead. And,
You know how to mix?
Here's some tape. Go ahead.
Let me see.
Okay, hold on. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have my turntables.
Okay.
Oh, you use turntable.
Yeah, I mean like the electronic turntables.
Okay.
The
You don't sound like you know what you're talking about right now at all.
All right, so look. One of the baddest DJs that I know is a friend of mine from elementary school. He's going to be my choice to be the first DJ you all battle against. His name is Maurice Culpepper. He's from Chicago. Now, George, tell him Maurice is the truth, man.
He is definitely the truth and has been for a very long time.
So what we'll do is we'll have a battle of the DJs, and then the best two DJs by votes will be flown into a city. We'll have a big old school party, network, do the whole nine for the whole weekend, and have this big battle of the DJs. That's going to be fire.
All right. Are you going to go up there and do something?
Of course I am.
Of course, because you'll have your equipment then.
No,
right?
do that one more time.
Kill the bed.
How's it sound?
Kill the bed.
Do it.
Oh, you're a beatbox too. Go ahead.
I like a little windshield wiper right there.
All right, Maurice Culpepper, man, I'm putting you out there.
Do it again. Do it again.
Ooh.
That sounds like somebody in the parking lot, dog.
Stand by. More of your calls on Moving on the Michael Bathing Show. Get moving on Grown Folks Radio. Come back with your calls, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to get my scriptures together. If you're just tuning in to the show, I'm trying to represent, all right?
Represent what?
Okay, let me just say this. Welcome
Let
back.
him get it out.
Welcome back, everybody. We're talking about moving today on the Michael Bathing Show.
Yeah.
I said it's important to move sometimes because you can't be successful in your own city. I tried to quote a scripture.
You can't even say scripture.
I know.
Scripture.
I
This is the scripture.
I tried to quote a scripture. Dominique, can you please tell them what I was trying to say, please?
Apparently, it's Luke 4:24. No prophet is accepted in his own country.
There you go.
And what did you say it was? How did you quote the scripture, Mike?
I'm not going to get into that right now. I'm going to the phone lines. James has been holding on. I got to talk to my family. James, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well. How you doing today, man?
Talk to me about moving, partner.
Man, look, I first moved when I was 5 years old. My parents uprooted us from our island and took us to the Bronx. And ever since I was 5 years old, I hadn't stopped moving. But the biggest move for me took place in 2009 when I left D.C. and I moved to Mexico, where I stayed for about 5 years. Great experience.
Wow.
What is the importance, in your opinion, James, of moving?
I think the importance, it's not about, I don't think it's so much about moving. It's more, I think about where your comfort zone is, And so for me, it was just expanding that comfort zone. I found out while I was in Mexico, my identity as a black male, this whole idea of blackness, was just something, it just expanded so much. I got to see myself from a different perspective. You know what I'm saying?
How about that?
In the U.S., we live in a great country. We live in a beautiful country here, stateside. But, when abroad, I was not under the gaze like I am here in the U.S. So it was that experience. It was that expanding my mind. You know
And
what
that's
I'm
what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. And Dominique talks about that all the time. She's got a trip to Africa coming up. And we want to make sure that people understand, man, getting out. And travel is important, Tanisha.
Well, you find out who you are as you're traveling. You find out more about life, other people and cultures, but you actually find out more about yourself.
Hey, James, thank you so much for calling, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a good one.
I got another one for you guys. I won't be quoting any more scripture.
Please
all right?
don't.
Oh,
Please don't.
please, just one more. Let me have just one more.
Stand by, call in right now. I want to get your opinion about moving, the importance of travel, the importance of your kids traveling. How many cities have you moved in? How did it change your life? Have you moved for a partner? It's all about moving today on the Michael Baisden Show. Shout out to all the family out there who is living in a different city they were born in, which is probably 80% of y'all listening to my voice right now. Shout out to the family in Las Vegas. Half of the town now is from Chicago, Cleveland, and Detroit. It's true, though. Isn't it true, Miles? There's so many people from Vegas, like from the Midwest.
That's the melting pot of the West, man. That's where everybody comes. Nobody's from there. Everybody from different countries, different walks of life, man. Yeah.
A lot of Colorado, a lot of Oregon, a lot of LA has moved there as well. And Atlanta, oh my goodness. Atlanta's full of, nothing. The whole South has moved to Atlanta. Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, and Texas now. And also the whole North has moved down. Bunch of folks from New York there, Chicago, Cleveland, that is the true melting pot of the South now.
There's so much opportunity there, right? Entrepreneurs
It
and
is.
everything else. It's inspiring.
It's like a new migration. A lot of people just looking for, that healthy lifestyle, the old school values, and our money to stretch a little further.
We had a chance to talk to Elliot about this earlier today. Elliot, what's going on? How you doing? Talk to me, man.
All right, let me tell you. First, I got divorced, lost my family, lost my house, And then 6 months after that, I had a massive heart attack, almost died. And then a couple months after that, I lost my job.
Wow.
So it was not a fun time, but I made it through. But also in the process of all that, I made a trip to Africa. I've been there twice already, to Ghana.
Oh,
and
wow.
I'm in the process of moving there. I'm trying to get myself together, get my business right, so I can go ahead and move over to Ghana and stay and be happy.
So
for
he's
once in
trying to
life.
move to Ghana and start there.
Wow,
Yeah.
starting over.
So have you been to Ghana? Obviously, you visited.
Yeah, I've been there 3 times already.
What do you like about it?
I was at peace over there. I didn't have to worry about police brutality, being profiled. And one of the first people I met when I was over there, when she found out I was an American, it was an older African woman. She said, she hugged me and said, "Welcome home."
I
heard. And that changed everything for me.
People are so kind and sweet in Ghana, and everyone's got hustle. They're all entrepreneurial. And it's true. When you look around and everybody's black, you go, that's a black-owned business, and that's a black-owned business, and that's a black-owned business.
That
It's a
must be
different
extraordinary.
feeling. Yeah. Yeah.
But the pride that he's talking about is something that you can't feel, and you can't sense what he's talking about until you go over there. I've been 3 times myself, and I'm going to Ghana in October. But it is a feeling that's unlike any other feeling for Black Americans or Black people once you go over there.
Elliot, thank you so much for calling, man. I appreciate it. It's all about travel. It's all about moving on the Michael Basin Show, man. I've got to get to Africa this year.
have to, dude.
I have to.
Yes.
It's the Michael Basin Show, home of the best listeners in the world. Thank you all for calling in. We got callers who are on hold who are clearing their throat like they calling in to sing. You're not singing, ladies and gentlemen. You're just calling in to talk. David, what's going on? How you doing? Talk to me about moving.
I am so proud of this crew for being so just. I hear the military folk in there. I hear the girls, they've been around, but you don't grow unless you move around.
That's right.
Get away from your home and get out into the big world so that you can experience new people. New people will bring new light to your life.
And how much moving have you done?
Military, Fort Jackson, South Carolina, Fort Lewis, Washington State, Fort Richardson, Alaska, Raleigh, Kansas, Germany. I met men and women who saw things the same way that I did, and we encouraged each other in that way.
How about
when you get out into a bigger world, bigger issues, greater need for people who see things your way to encourage you like that.
And I wonder, ladies and gentlemen, and to you too, David, how many racists travel? And the reason why I say that is that one of the reasons why racism still exists because people don't get outside of their own little box, Tanisha.
Well, they're only exposed to what they see. So if they're exposed to certain stereotypes, then that's what they believe of all people. So you have to step outside of where you're from.
That's what it's all about. Amen. David, thank you for calling and thank you for your service, by the way, my brother. I appreciate it.
God bless all of you.
Thank you, man.
Thank
That's
you.
a smooth
Yeah,
brother
God
right there.
bless you
Come back
too.
and more of your
Yes,
calls.
indeed.
It's all about moving today on the Michael Basin Show. Shout out to everyone who's traveled to Europe. My daughter's traveled to everywhere. Shout out to all the parents who've done a great job of traveling their kids. It's all about moving today. This is a segment or a feature that I like to do to encourage people to get outside of their state, to get outside of the country and experience the world, man. Raina's on the line. Raina, you've been holding on. Talk to me about moving.
So I just moved from, well, I should say myself and my family. We just moved from New York, and now we're here in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been about 9 months now. Best thing ever. This was the first time I've ever moved out of New York. I was there since I was born and raised there, and now I'm 42, and I'm in a whole nother place.
Now,
Best
hold on.
move
First
ever.
of all, Raina, your phone's a little jacked up, so take me off of Bluetooth. We'll continue to have this conversation. A lot of folks, and Dominique talked about this, they're moving from the north. Everybody's coming south, Dominique.
Yeah, it's like a new exodus. I mean, people are moving because it's less expensive, but also trying to move away from the congestion, the traffic, the gangs, all of the challenges of the city.
Well,
You
I don't
know?
know. If she moved to Atlanta, she certainly didn't move away from the traffic. What part of Georgia are you in, Raina?
I'm in Lawrenceville. I haven't gotten. Everybody was saying, "Oh, there's so much traffic in Georgia." I mean, I worked in Manhattan.
Oh, never mind.
There's no comparison.
None.
Right.
I used to
So,
drive
this
through
is
that
the
Holland
best move
Tunnel
ever.
every day, man. That traffic in New York is a beast, man.
So
that's,
you know what's up. Exactly.
Yes,
exactly.
I did. Raina, thank you so much for calling. Keep doing your thing. I'm glad you're enjoying your new life down in Georgia.
Yes, thank you so much.
You got to move for change, ladies and gentlemen. You got to move if you want to have change. You got to change sometimes your area code. It's all about demographics, meeting new people, meeting people who think differently than you, and getting down to the warm weather. That's why we're moving. We're tired of being cold up north. Come back and love your calls on the Michael Baisden Show. You all have heard us talk about the teachers' walkout in Oklahoma. Now, according to Representative Young, we can't even call it a strike. Tanisha, of course, as you all may or may not know, it was a teacher. Tanisha, before we talk to Representative Lowe and Young, what do you have to say as a former teacher?
I just want to say that a lot of teachers come out of pocket, you know, when it comes down to it, as far as, as far as resources are concerned. And not only that, we don't feel as supported in our classrooms. There's overcrowding. And when you're trying to meet the needs of the students who are most important, it's hard to do that when you don't have the resources or too many numbers to try to meet their needs. So I did want to speak to you. As far as the teachers that are striking, what are they asking for in particular?
This is for Representative Young. Go ahead, Representative Young.
Well, you know, we kind of created the narrative that they were asking for a raise because they had not had a raise in almost 10 or 15 years, and they were the lowest. We like 48th in the nation. They were the central part of it was the raise. But what we come to realize is that the classroom situation, the per pupil expenditures were so low that we got the raise passed, but the teachers stayed up at the Capitol, kept coming out in larger numbers because they said the real problem is the classroom expense. What she was just saying, out-of-pocket expenses, not having the supplies, not having the books, not having the things that were needful and necessary for them to do their job. And they felt underappreciated and unappreciated because we were not doing it. And this has been going on for years, Michael.
Now, Representative Lowe, I think you said during the expo when you all came to speak at the seminar, you said some of the classrooms, one of you gentlemen did, said it's 35 students in some of these classrooms. That's insane.
Yeah, you can't get a proper education with 35 students in one classroom. And to talk about the issue with Representative Young as far as the teacher pay, yes, we passed a teacher pay increase. The issue right now is paying for the teacher pay increase. There's a lack of funding. It's basically an unfunded mandate. We're looking for funding to pay for it, and usually what happens with the trickle-down economics or the voodoo economics that the Republicans use, they want to cut their way to prosperity. So they want to cut services, mental health services, the Department of Health services, all types of services that help the community, social services that help the community in order to pay for the teacher's pay rate.
Tanisha, go ahead.
And you know, as you're saying that, this is exactly what I was talking about. The mental health. The counselors that are in these schools, they're not providing these kids with what they need. And I'm going to tell you, I need parents to be out there also supporting these teachers, because if you want your child to have a good education, how can I differentiate? If I have a child that has special needs in my classroom or is on a lower level, how can I reach that student
and that's what's
if I'm overwhelmed?
That's what's frustrating Representative Young and Lowe. They want to see more black faces out there, black and brown faces. Go ahead, Representative Young.
Yes, but you're right. But let me give them credit. I have seen and have come to my office. When I start talking about this walkout, it is not just the teachers. It is the education community.
Yes.
People have come to support them. Parents, I have students, I have pictures of me and students, people who are coming up, expressing themselves and saying, this is the problem. We got our raises. The governor has signed that. But we are concerned about the ability to do our job, and that is more funding for the basic. I had a teacher told me they still have to wear their overcoats when it gets too cold. That they can't have class when it's too hot. One teacher had sheriffs that couldn't work. These are serious and almost ridiculous kinds of concerns that a teacher would have. But those are problems they're facing here in Oklahoma, and they have been cutting this, for 10, 15 years, trying to make government small because that's their philosophy, and now they can't go any further, and the response has been 20 to 35, 50,000 teachers and individuals marching around that Capitol, all in the hallway, state troopers everywhere because there's too many folks for them to handle. It has just been wonderful. It has energized me.
Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot thank you all enough for coming on. Representative Young, Representative Lowe, thank you for coming on the Michael Baisden Show. For all of you out there listening, man, care about what's going on with our teachers, man. It may be happening in Oklahoma today. It may be your state tomorrow. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming on. We'll come back with more of the live Michael Basin Show. Thank you all for tuning in, family. Countdown is on to the Atlanta visit. The Michael Basin Live Tour is on the road. Thank you all so much, Oklahoma City. Now it's time to get to the ATL hotline. I'm on my way. Mix 87.7, April 18th, St. James Live. I'll be there with my hot new book, Woman Up. And more importantly, man, we're going to have an adult conversation. Please do not bring the kids, man. This is strictly for grown folks. Just like George does comedy a different way on radio. Trust me when I tell you, the live Michael Basin event is strictly for the grown and sexy. Go ahead,
Will you
Mike.
have any more copies of your hottest book, Christian Women Don't Do That?
Absolutely.
All right.
Did they buy any at the seminar?
It's sold out. It's
Before you got there?
Yes.
You can print some more,
That's
right?
amazing. That's incredible.
See, Dominique, thank you for your compliment, Dominique.
Yeah, I mean, your books are hot. They're flying off the shelves.
Do you have the audio and digital version
I
of
have
the book
all that.
we can
It is
download
the number one Christian book. It's the number one book overall. It's number one on New York Times.
Where's the
bestsellers
link?
list.
Where's the link for that?
I'll put it up tomorrow.
I don't know about the top Christian book. The Bible's still selling like a
It's-
rapid number.
It's
so-
number 2.
It's
Okay.
number 2.
It's number 2. To the family in Memphis, Tennessee, I'll see you at Bookstop Festival. That's going down on April 28th. And just added to the schedule, I'll see you all in Orlando on May 17th. All the details going to be announced on Monday. Let's get ready to have a good time, man. I miss you guys in Orlando. We go way back, man. Star 94.5 is going down. Don't forget, Radio Wars starts next week. Maurice Culpepper, my man from Chicago, is going to kick this thing off, battling any DJ out there. All the details to be announced next week. Radio Wars is back on the Michael Basin Show. Take care, family. Time to bounce out of here. Grown Folks Radio is off the air. Later, y'all.
We love you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the Michael Basin Channel, streaming live on the web and all Echo Amazon devices. Sponsored by VideoPitch.com. Tell all your friends who are filmmakers, entrepreneurs, comedians, or artists to log on to VideoPitch.com today and start getting paid for uploading their best videos. Go to VideoPitch.com now and share your story, show off your talent, and promote your business, and get paid doing it. And also, family, don't forget to join me on Facebook at Michael Baisden Live and Michael Baisden Show, and hit me up on Instagram and Twitter at Baisden Live. That's BAISDEN Live. And yes, that's actually me posted on the page, family, not my representative. See you next time on the Michael Baisden Show for more hot topics and great music.